morning, students. Today we are going to understand the current loop acting as a magnetic dipole. Okay, so what we want to do is we want to show that a current carrying loop behaves as a magnetic dipole, and we want to find out the expression for the magnetic dipole moment. Okay, now whenever we studied about the magnetic field on the axis of a circular current carrying loop, you remember that this is also a circular current carrying loop. Okay, and we have found out the magnetic field produced due to this current carrying loop, isn't it? Okay, at a large distance that is equal to r from the center of the circular current carrying particular x-axis or circular current carrying coils axis. Okay, and whenever we found it, we got the expression, that is, this was the basic expression we got, that is B is equal to mu naught I a square upon 2 r square plus a square raised to 3 by 2, and I cap, this was the direction for the magnetic field, isn't it? Now in that while considering about the special cases, if you remember, we have studied that the special case 2 was when the axial point lies far away. Okay, so when the axial point lies very far away, then r is very much greater than the radius of the loop. Okay, and therefore in that case we did not consider about a, and we got the formula, that is B is equal to mu naught n stands for the number of turns, mu naught n I a square upon 2r cube. Okay, now here if you remember, instead of writing only a square, if I include here pi, then we would get the answer, that is pi a square. Okay, and that pi a square we wrote about the area of the loop, isn't it? So when we introduce pi here, and at the same time we have to introduce the pi here also. Okay, so whenever we introduced here pi, then this term a square pi became as a, isn't it? And here we got it as a 2 pi r cube, if you remember, isn't it? Okay, so this term again we can consider it as B is equal to mu naught I a square upon 2 r cube, and in that term we can say that B is equal to mu naught n I a upon 2 pi r cube. Okay, so this formula we used, and the same formula we are going to use it to find out how the current carrying loop is behaving as a magnetic dipole and its magnetic moment. Okay, so we will write down here that the magnetic field produced at the large distance r from the center of current carrying circular loop. Now here we considered as a radius is equal to a. Okay, remember the expression. Along its axis was given by B is equal to mu naught I a square upon 2r cube, isn't it? Now this we can consider it in terms of, as I said, in terms of the pi, then we can have here mu naught, okay, upon 4 pi, because this is a fixed constant, mu naught upon 4 pi. Okay, so in this equation we have to make the changes, that is nothing but 2I a divided by r cube. Okay, now you can see here in this expression a is nothing but pi r square, a is equal to pi a square, isn't it? So here we introduced pi, therefore here also we have to introduce pi. Now here we have to make this 2 in terms of the 4, so we have considered here 4, therefore here also we have to increase the 2, number 2. Okay, so mu naught upon 4 pi into 2 I a upon r cube is now the equation. isn't it? Now in this case where we can have I is the current and A is equal to pi A square is the area. So I is considered as a current and pi A square is considered as the area. Okay, on the other hand, suppose we want to find out that electric field of an electric dipole on the axial point lying far away from it is given by, if we compare this equation with respect to the electric field, then we have studied that E is equal to 1 upon 4 pi epsilon naught 2p upon r cube. Okay, and this was the expression, I'll give the name 2, and this is the expression I'll give name 1. Okay, so this is the electric field equation or electric field on the axis of the dipole lying far away, isn't it? At that point we can find out E is equal to 1 upon 4 pi epsilon naught 2p upon r cube. Okay, now this equation and this equation if we compare, then from equation number 1 we can say that here B is equal to mu naught upon 4 pi 2m upon r cube. Okay, now you can see that this factor, isn't it, this factor I into A is considered as m. Okay, so I'll write down here m is equal to I into A, and this factor is called as the magnetic moment, isn't it? Or this particular factor m is called as a magnetic moment, and this magnetic moment is considered as a vector quantity. Now how magnetic moment is considered as vector quantity? Whenever we discussed about the torque, that time also I have shown you how the magnetic moment is a vector quantity due to the area vector. Yes, so I can write down here that m vector m is equal to I and area vector. So normal to the area vector is represented by a vector A. Okay, due to this vector A only, magnetic moment is also considered as a vector. So what I can write down, if I want to make it as a as it is I A, and this n cap I have to introduce. So a magnetic moment is equal to I A into n cap, where n cap shows the direction of the normal to the area vector. Okay, or we can say that the normal to the area is represented by the vector that is n cap. Okay, now therefore I can say that the equation, the magnitude of the magnetic field now becomes mu naught upon 4 pi 2m upon r cube, isn't it? Okay, now here we can find out that P in this equation, now once again come to this point, E is equal to 1 upon 4 pi epsilon naught 2p upon r cube. Okay, in this expression P is called as a dipole moment. P is called as a dipole moment, and in this case of the equation number 1 we have said that this point is called as a magnetic moment, isn't it? So if we compare these two equations, B and E, this B and E are have the same distance, isn't it? So for that particular some same distance dependence, B and E is inversely proportional to r cube. So I can write down here B and E have same distance dependence, okay, that is nothing but B and E is directly proportional to 1 upon r cube, isn't it? Now they have same direction at any faraway point, not just on the axis. This explains that the circular current carrying loop behaves as a magnetic dipole of a magnetic moment. Okay, so I can say that here circular current carrying loop behaves as magnetic dipole of dipole moment that is equal to m is equal to Ia, and this is, we have found out m is equal to Ia. Here also we have written about that is m is equal to Ia, and this is called as a vector notation of the magnetic moment. So I will write down here vector notation of magnetic moment is vector M is equal to I A n cap. Okay, this result is valid for the planar current loop. Okay, so any planar current loop for any shape. Okay, thus the magnetic dipole moment of any current loop is equal to the product of the current and its loop area. Okay, its direction is defined as the normal to the plane of the loop in the sense given by the right hand thumb rule. Now this is very important. Once again we are going to consider about this particular point. I will mention this point, that is the magnetic dipole moment of any current loop is the product of current and its loop area and its direction is defined to be normal to the plane of loop in the sense given by right hand thumb rule. Okay, now we are finding out what is the right hand thumb rule, which gives us the direction of the magnetic dipole moment. Okay, so to understand that, we have considered here the right hand thumb rule and we have taken here the particular circular current carrying loop and their two faces, how they behave. Okay, now this in this diagram you can see that the current is moving in this anti-clockwise direction. So this shaded portion, orange color shaded portion, behaves as a N phase and blue color phase, below phase, is behaving as a south pole or south phase, isn't it? And this shaded area is A, and you can see that for this particular planar current loop, the perpendicular direction gives the direction of the area vector, and that is nothing but the n cap. So in this case, how the right hand thumb rule we are going to follow, I will write down here. If we curl the fingers of right hand in the direction of current loop, current in loop, then extended thumb gives the direction of magnetic moment associated with that loop. Okay, so you can see that here the direction of the current is anti-clockwise. Suppose you can see here, suppose I curl the fingers of the right hand in the direction of the current loop, because here this is the phase we have said, so current is flowing in the anti-clockwise manner. If I trace it like this, isn't it, then the thumb shows the direction of the magnetic moment. Okay, so this n cap represents the magnetic moment of that particular current carrying circular loop. Okay, now this follows from this above rule that the upper face of the current carrying loop has the n polarity and the lower face has the south polarity. Therefore the current loop behaves as a magnetic dipole, because they both the poles are there. North face explains the north pole and south face explains the south pole. So this complete it is having the dipole and it is considered to be a magnetic dipole. Okay, so this upper face is N face and lower face is considered as a south face. Now if this current carrying coil is having the n number of turns, if n number of turns are there for coil, then this M is given as NIA. Okay, so this is a magnitude, and this factor N into I, this factor is called as a amperes turns of the current loop. This is a new concept, that is N into I factor is called as amperes turns of current loop, and therefore I can write down now in terms of the magnetic dipole moment of current loop is equal to ampere turns multiplied by this is the loop area. Okay, now the dimensions of this magnetic moment, if I want to find out, then it is considered as a ampere turns, isn't it? So we can get it as a ampere turns, that is A, and area of the loop is pi r square actually. So but pi is constant, so we are considering r as a L, and it is L square. So magnetic moment is having the dimension, that is this is ampere turns, but it is due to the I, isn't it? So ampere, and area for that pi r square, pi is constant, so it is L square or r square. So dimension is AL square. Okay, now SI unit of magnetic moment is magnetic dipole moment is given as a ampere meter square. It is defined as the magnetic moment associated with one turn loop of area 1 square meter when the current is flowing, that is 1 ampere current is flowing through that particular loop. So this also we can write down here. It is defined as magnetic moment associated with one turn, that is unity. Okay, one turn loop area of 1 square meter when current of 1 ampere flows through it. So in this way we have calculated how to find out the magnetic dipole moment of a circular current carrying loop, what are the dimension of that particular quantity, and what is the unit of this particular quantity, that is called as a magnetic dipole moment. Thank you.